weighing in at 126 pounds, fighting out of Tijuana, Mexico, Brandon the Assassin Baby Moreno!
In today's video, we will be talking about the current flyweight champion of the UFC, Brandon the Assassin Baby Moreno. We don't think there is any doubt that Moreno is the most liked fighter in the UFC, both by fans and his fellow peers, due to his radiant and humble personality. He is also the first Mexican-born champion of the UFC and is now the MMA superstar from his country. A fighter that exemplifies toughness and skill, Moreno has come a long way from his early days in the UFC to his current status as the flyweight king. So what were the key moments in Moreno's rise to the top of the flyweight table, and why is Moreno such a likable figure amongst fans and fellow fighters? So without wasting any time, let's get to the countdown.
Career highlights.
Brandon Moreno started his MMA career in 2011, where he fought for different promotions while going on to have a 6 wins and 3 losses MMA record during that time. After having a decent start to his career, he joined the World Fighting Federation, where Moreno shined, having won all of his 5 MMA fights. He was undefeated during his time at WFF and went on to become the flyweight champion of the promotion. That earned an opportunity with the UFC to feature in the TUF Tournament of Champions in 2016, where Moreno was a part of Team Benavidez. In what is a strange thing, Moreno made his debut in the UFC while he was still part of the ongoing TUF series. He faced Louis Smolka at a fight night event and was the betting underdog going into the fight. Moreno heavily impressed in his debut with his speed and busy approach, where he was constantly hounding Smolka with strikes. He smartly avoided a takedown attempt by Smolka and caught hold of his head by standing guillotine choke and submitted him in the first round. After that victory, Moreno returned to his TUF duties, where he faced Alex Pantoja. But unlike his UFC debut, he suffered a submission victory at the hands of Pantoja via a rear naked chokehold.
Winner by rear naked choke, Alexandre.
After the completion of the TUF series, Moreno returned to full-time UFC action. After a split decision victory over Ryan Benoit, Moreno next faced Dustin Ortiz and showed his ability to finish people by executing a perfect kick to the head, which stunned his opponent, after which Moreno landed some blows and got his opponent in a tangle by attempting a body triangle and then submitting him via a rear naked chokehold in the second round. That win earned him a Performance of the Night bonus, which was the second of his UFC career. His first setback of his UFC career came when he lost to Sergio Pettis via decision, after which Moreno hit a rough patch, where there were some victories coupled with defeats along the way. He then faced former TUF challenger Alex Pantoja, to which he had lost in their TUF meeting. In the rematch, Pantoja once again got the better of Moreno as he defeated him via unanimous decision, after which Moreno was released by the UFC. He fought in Legacy Fighting Champion for 1 fight where he faced Michael Perez. Moreno won that fight via TKO in the 4th round to become the flyweight champion of the promotion.
Brandon Moreno is your new LFA flyweight champion.
After his victory, he once again made his return to the UFC and was pitted against undefeated flyweight Askarov. The fight was an even contest, with both fighters engaging in the clinch as well as trading strikes at each other. But as the fight went into the deep stages, Moreno gained control with superior ground game, keeping Askarov at bay by making use of the body lock position. At the end of the fight, there was little to separate both fighters as the fight ended in a draw, and the return proved that Moreno still had the goods in him to trouble the top flyweights of the division. His next fight certainly proved that. He went toe-to-toe against Kai Kara-France in a brilliant fight where both fighters gave it their all. That fight showed the durability of Moreno as he managed to earn a unanimous decision win over France at UFC 245.
29-28 and 30-27 for the winner, Brandon Moreno!
Wins over Formiga and Brandon Royval ensured that Moreno was a bona fide contender for the flyweight title, especially his win over heavy favorite Royval, whom Moreno suffocated with his pressure and skilled ground game to finish Royval with some heavy strikes to the face. Those victories led Moreno to his first ever crack at UFC gold. He got his first title opportunity against dominant flyweight champion Deivison Figuereido at UFC 256. It turned out to be a fight for the ages as both fighters went to war. Moreno by now had grown used to his underdog status, but in this fight, he turned into a headache for the champion as he displayed great courage, tenacity, and skill to trouble Figueiredo. The fight was rightfully ruled as a draw and was one of the Fight of the Year candidates. Hence, there was no doubt that they were going to run this fight back again in the future. Fans were hugely impressed with Moreno's display, and he became one of the most well-supported fighters in the UFC. His humble demeanor also attracts a lot of fans towards him. The rematch was set for UFC 263, with Moreno having a better chance in the betting odds than before. Many expected another epic fight between the two, and Figueiredo raised the expectations of the fight a bit by shoving Moreno at the weigh-ins, which the Mexican nonchalantly brushed away with a smile. The fight started with Moreno being the more assertive out of the two, as he took Figueiredo down several times and delivered some hammer fists. The champion was unable to deal with Moreno's pressure, and Moreno submitted him in the third round via his trademark rear naked choke to become the flyweight champion and also the first Mexican-born champion of the UFC. From being cut to being the flyweight champ. Well, that's quite a turnaround from the underdog, Moreno.
Number 4, salary and sponsorships.
Brandon Moreno is still relatively young as he is 28 years old and still has a major part of his career to look forward to. His most significant career earnings came in his title win against Deivison Figuereido, where he pocketed $282,000 for that fight. His career earnings stand at $1 million up to this point and is surely going to earn a lot more by the end of his career. As for his sponsors, Moreno is currently sponsored by Game Up Nutrition, a CBD oil company owned by the Diaz brothers.
Number 3, a big fan of Lego.
Moreno is an avid collector of Legos. It started ever since he was a kid. He owns a huge collection of Lego buildings, and even after his historic title win, Moreno celebrated his title victory by shopping a huge set of Lego buildings. Prior to his UFC 263 title win, Moreno gave a sneak peek into his amazing collection of Legos and Funko Pops in his sprawling office. Seeing his fascination with Legos, fans started a petition at change.org to get Lego to notice and get Brandon Moreno a sponsorship from them. Even the UFC campaigned for the flyweight champion to be sponsored by Lego. After such persuasion, Lego replied on Twitter saying that they are proud Moreno is such a dedicated collector of Legos, but said they can't support this sponsorship and only do those which promote children's creativity. Nevertheless, the Mexican is a proud owner of Legos and Funko Pops, irrespective of being sponsored by them or not.
Fun fact.
Apart from being a great MMA fighter, Moreno does Spanish MMA podcast in his free time, where he commentates and speaks about the game at length in Spanish with other experts.
Number 2, most like UFC fighter on the roster.
Brandon Moreno is one of those fighters who you just can't hate even if you wanted to. He's got an approachable and feel-good vibe about him, which makes him well supported by both fans and fellow fighters. In his interviews, he comes across as a humble and well-spoken guy, and there isn't a hint of arrogance in him. Even after becoming the flyweight champion, his personality is still the same. Fellow fighters were over the moon when Moreno won the flyweight championship. Fighters such as Brian Ortega, Justin Gaethje, and the Diaz brothers expressed their delight backstage after Moreno's title win. It's safe to say the opponent of Moreno in future fights surely won't be having the crowds on his side, as the crowd will be busy cheering for Brandon Moreno in the fight, as the first Mexican champion of the UFC aims to become a flyweight great.
Number 1, Pinata maker to UFC champ.
Moreno, growing up, used to help his father in making piñatas in Mexico. He used to juggle that with MMA training, as MMA was his passion. According to Moreno, working with his father developed an incredible work ethic in him, which has gone on to serve him well. Honesty and hard work have been the foundations of Moreno's success inside the octagon, which has made him the UFC flyweight champion. In his home city of Tijuana, Brandon Moreno has become a hero after his title win. He is now training with the likes of Mexican boxing legend Canelo Alvarez, which shows his vast improvement in status in MMA, as Moreno is all set to defend his title at UFC 270 against Deivison Figuereido and entertain the crowds with another epic fight. And finally, after looking at Brandon Moreno's career, his salary, and lifestyle, his net worth stands at $1 million, with that number bound to increase as the current flyweight champion continues his quest to become a flyweight great. And by this, we have come to the end of this video, but before leaving, we would like to know, is Brandon Moreno the next best champion in the flyweight division? And what do you have to say about Brandon's likability amongst fans and fellow fighters? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.